Juan Soto signed the biggest contract in baseball history, and the Mets are expecting him to win a lot of championships with their squad. However, someone's trying to sabotage him because Soto has been shrunk down to the smallest player in baseball, and he's 0 overall. We have 1 year to get Soto past his normal height, turning him into a giant, and he has to get back to 99 overall, but the only way to earn upgrades is by spinning the magic wheel whenever Soto has a good game. Those challenges will be difficult, but the final one is to win the Mets a World Series as Soto drops us into left field. We get on base in Tiny Juan Soto's first game, and just for fun, we are stealing second. He is so slow. Unfortunately, I still think that's the fastest I've ever gotten to second base, and I'm not talking about baseball. In his first game as a tiny player, Juan Soto hit 2 singles, earning an upgrade, and with his first spin, he is raising his height by 3 inches. I made Juan Soto the worst player in baseball, and there's a lot of work to do, because getting on base as a tiny 0 overall is gonna be challenging. After a 2-hit performance on opening day, Soto is really struggling as he is down to his final chance to earn a wheel spin, and this blooper is gonna drop in. That is great luck for Soto, who singles again, and the Mets secure a blowout victory. Soto is off to a way better start than I could have imagined, and while this isn't the best upgrade on the wheel, 3 inches is still quite a lot. We are a week into this challenge, but Juan Soto is still 0 overall, and right now he's in danger of going an entire series without getting on base. Then to make things even worse, the Mets might get swept, as here's our final at bat of the series. We chase that to the outside, and it does get down. Soto gets insanely lucky, so we are spinning the wheel, and honestly, plus 10 to power is a pretty small upgrade, but it still gets Soto all the way up to 3 overall. We have 6 months to turn Juan Soto into a 99 overall giant, and right now he's on pace to fail the challenge. The Mets need prime Juan Soto back if they want a chance to win the World Series, because they lost by 6 runs to Miami. Soto is only 3 overall, so the singles are not coming easy, but we get a double instead. We finally hit our first RBI of the video, but we're still gonna get swept, and I have no idea how we gave up 15 runs to the Marlins. With performances like that, I'm starting to doubt if we can win a World Series, especially because Soto's stats are improving at glacier pace. I'm definitely concerned that Soto is 5 overall a month into the year, but in his first at bat against the A's, he goes the other way, and later on in the game does the same thing. That will snap a huge losing skid for the Mets, and we're giving Juan Soto another upgrade, spinning the wheel, and that is 5 inches. I would have preferred an upgrade to his hitting, but this will also help us out, as he is on his way to becoming a giant, and he will reach on an error, but it's not gonna count. I think another good spin from the wheel would get us back on track. Here's a single, so I'm really hoping for a good hitting upgrade, and I guess that's close enough. We have 50 points to spend on any stats we want, so I'm going into contact, and it's still not very much, but it gets Juan Soto up to 12 overall. The Mets are in last place, and honestly, I'm not surprised, as their $700 million player started out as a tiny 0 overall. However, we win the game and get another upgrade, and it's recently felt like our wheel luck is turning around, and that will continue. Plus 15 to all stats is by far our best upgrade yet, and the league better watch out because Juan Soto is 24 overall. Getting back to 99 overall is the only way I see the Mets winning the World Series, and the good news is that Soto is heating up, so the upgrade should come a little easier. Right now, we are hitting the wheel more than Shohei Ohtani's agent, but unlike him, Soto's actually getting lucky with his biggest boost yet. Plus 15 to all stats gets him up to 43 overall, and now he's actually kind of a threat as they clap his cheeks. With all these upgrades, I'm starting to wonder when we're gonna hit our first home run, and that came pretty close. The upgrades are paying off though, as that was our best contact of the season, but the Mets get shut out 7-0. It feels like we lose every game that Soto plays well in, but it's still very early in the season, so I'm focused on earning upgrades. Juan Soto is almost a giant, but he's still 46 overall, so we still have a lot of work to do, and what a play at third base. We just got robbed of another upgrade, but in the 9th inning, we come up clutch with a double. That makes the blowout against Washington less embarrassing, but considering the final goal of this challenge is to win a World Series, we need to figure it out. Right now, Soto's doing better than the rest of his team, getting 100 points, and he's officially halfway to 99 overall, coming in at 55. We're still waiting on our first dinger of the challenge, and that was really greedy, so we still haven't gone deep, but at least there's another upgrade. Soto's stats have improved a lot, but we're still lacking in several key areas, as the power is really not there yet, especially against lefties. However, he secures a 3-hit performance, going for number 4, and New York actually managed to win a game. There was a lot of good in that game, but we're trying to get even better, as Soto gets plus 30 speed, which isn't the best best upgrade, but it will boost him up to 58 overall. Giving speed to Juan Soto is a terrifying idea because he's already broken enough, as he starts out that series with a double, and in the very next game, he goes to right center. Can we stretch this into a triple? Probably not. That speed upgrade is already paying off, as Soto lines his third double of the series, but while he's been excellent, we are still waiting on that home run. Regardless, that was Soto's best game yet, and I'm hoping that the wheel rewards him once again. Plus 15 contact will help out his offense even more, and it's definitely one of the weaker upgrades on the wheel, but I cannot complain as we have gotten so lucky. Now this might come as a shock to you because my name's Scrawny Slugger, but I actually do go to the gym and often run into one big problem. Getting enough protein in a diet can be difficult because most protein powders either have artificial ingredients I can't pronounce or they taste like sidewalk chalk. However, I was really excited to partner with Transparent Labs for this video because I had already been using their grass-fed whey isolate, and it's been a huge game changer. Each serving gives me 28 grams of high-quality protein from grass-fed cows, and it digests easily, which I feel like is another issue for many protein powders. On top of that though, the ingredients list is refreshingly short, as I can actually pronounce all of the ingredients listed on this tub, and I'm not a scientist. This is my favorite protein powder because there are no fillers, dyes, or artificial sweeteners, and on top of that, it tastes like something I would actually choose to drink. My go-to flavor right now is the chocolate peanut butter, and it's amazing. It blends super smooth, has great flavor, and lacks the chalky texture that you're probably used to. Plus, with 14 different flavors, I never get bored of it. The best part is, right now, Transparent Labs is offering a free protein starter kit with every subscription. With this, you get a custom shaker bottle and a variety pack with 5 single-serving pouches, so you can taste test different flavors before committing to a big tub. Plus, if you scan the QR code on screen or click the link in my description, you can get an additional 10% discount to a subscription automatically applied at checkout. This is an offer you don't want to miss out on. Go click that link. We are testing out Juan Soto's new upgrades with a single down the first baseline, and I just realized despite a slow start, his batting average is actually pretty good. Obviously, it's nothing special, but he's tied for 5th on the team in hits, and honestly, that's pretty good, as right now he is 61 overall, but here comes another wheel spin. He's adding 5 inches. That will not boost his stats, but he does become a giant, so we've officially completed the first part of this challenge. Juan Soto is finally a giant, but now he's looking for his first dinger of the season. That goes off the wall. That was just a few inches too short, which I'm definitely used to, and there's the warning track power again. However, we're in trouble in the bottom of the 10th inning, trailing by 2 runs, but Soto gives us a drive into right field, and that is gone. His dry spell is finally over, but unfortunately, that didn't stop us from blowing another game. There's a very good reason this Mets team is under 500, as their bullpen is blowing bigger leads than the Falcons had against Tom Brady. On the bright side though, Soto is up to 62 overall and is only getting better, but a team with him, Lindor, and Pete Alonso should be scoring more runs. We are only leading 1-0 against the Pirates, but fortunately, their offense is even worse than ours as we shut them out. It feels like Soto is overdue for a big upgrade from the wheel, and that is it. We land on plus 100 points for the second time in the video, and this is an amazing upgrade. We passed all of the points around just like Kim K in the NBA, and Juan Soto is up to 71 overall. I am very nervous because we need to win the Subway Showdown against the Yankees, but we are currently down 2-0 even after 2 Soto singles. Only controlling Juan Soto is making no difference, and I think I'm starting to realize how Mike Trout has felt for an entire decade. 20 points in a base running gets Soto's speed all the way up to 85, and while that's not a huge increase, he does go up by 3 overall. It would be insane if Giant Juan Soto hit a dinger to the Green Monster, but of course he flies out and the Mets are down 5-3. Unfortunately though, our team could not score us, and the Mets are 8 games under 500, but here's a great upgrade. Plus 15 to all stats is going to make such a difference for Soto's overall, as he goes from 76 overall all the way up to 90. That is incredible, as he maxes out his contact and his speed, which is not a likely combination for him, but he has already put up good numbers this year and should only get better. This is a big test against the defending World Series champs, but even though Soto's day started out strong, we are trailing by 2 runs. We have been humbled every time we faced a good team, and it's clear we need a lot more than a supercharged Juan Soto. Once he gets to 99 overall, we're gonna make some changes, and with 30 points to his fielding, I wouldn't be surprised if that's right now, but he's 1 overall short. We are so close to completing the second challenge of the video, getting Juan Soto to 99 overall, and that home run might have just sealed it. That was was an opposite field no-doubter, but not enough to give us the lead, so Soto is putting the team on his back. New York finally wins a game when Soto performs well, and after a career game, we're spinning the wheel for the final time. All he needs is one more overall, but I'm not sure if 8 batting clutch is gonna get him there, as we accept the changes, and he's still 98. We need to spin the wheel one more time, but fortunately we're playing the Rockies right after the White Sox, but in embarrassing fashion, we are losing this game by 3 runs. We have to fix this team or we're not gonna make the playoffs, but the first step is maxing out Juan Soto's overall, and there we go. It is literally impossible for this upgrade to not max out his stats, so we submit our changes, and Juan Soto has officially gone from 0 to 99 overall. This Juan Soto is different than the one in real life, but honestly it's probably better, as almost all of his hitting stats and his speed are maxed out. Now for the final challenge of the video, we need to get this team to the World Series, and I think that requires a makeover, as our starting rotation and the bullpen are just not cutting it. I decided to make trades for players like Teoscar Hernandez and Framber Valdez, and now the Mets are definitely ready to go compete for a World Series. Even with the new lineup though, we finish 89 and 73, so we're starting off in the wild card game against the division-winning Braves. It is time for the playoffs, and the toughest thing about this is we can only control Juan Soto, but maybe that's a good thing. He put us on the board with a home run, but Atlanta came surging back, taking a 2-run lead, but here's a double from Soto. All we can do is sim ahead and hope for the best, but it looks like we won. Thankfully, that is a 1-run victory for the Mets, as they are 1 win away from moving on to the next round, and Juan Soto does it again. He is carrying this team to an upset playoff victory, and after that first home run, there was no hope for Atlanta. The Mets are moving on to the NLCS, taking on the Dodgers, and as a wild card team, this is the worst possible opponent. Giant Juan Soto has not done anything in this game, but fortunately we're winning, as we simulate to the end, and we are 1-0. That win was an absolute gift, but it's time to lock in, and Soto starts this one very strong. To be fair, Tyler Glasnow did leave a curveball right over the middle, and Soto just could not resist crushing it with his wood. That is another playoff victory for the Mets, who have not lost a game in October, and sweeping the defending champs in the playoffs would be such a flex. New York is off to a very strong start, leading 4-0, and that was too big of a deficit for the Dodgers to overcome, as we are moving on. The Phillies are the last team standing in our way of the World Series, and even though Soto grounded out to start the game, we are already up 2-0, and we extend our lead. Our trade deadline moves are the only reason that we're here, as without those trades, we would not have even made the playoffs. Now that we're in the postseason though, the entire team is locked in, as it is 12-5 in the 8th inning, and Soto cannot stop getting on base. The Phillies did almost come back, but we still get the victory, but lose the second game before winning the third. We are 2 wins away from the World Series with plenty of momentum, and while Soto has been the playoff MVP, our team is having no problem scoring without him. Right after a double, it is 5-0, and now he digs out a low pitch for the dagger. Being a Giant with maxed out stats certainly has its benefits, as it is 3-1, so we're trying to get one more win. We lose the 5th game before winning the 6th. We made the World Series and are taking on the Tigers, but it's not going to be easy to score runs off of Tarik Skubal. Can we beat out the double play? We do. His 99 speed was on display, but we lose the first game, so now I'm definitely nervous as we're playing from behind, but Juan Soto is having none of it. We had a tough game against Skubal, but rally back with a 5-run win, and with the series tied, I am simulating the 3rd game, which we also win. We have all the momentum, so now it's time to lock in and end this thing once and for all, as that is good contact, and Soto should definitely be getting drug tested. I promise you I'm not playing on rookie, but every time I make a video with Juan Soto, he goes insane, and especially in this video where the wheel maxed out his hitting stats, that's another dinger. We have shut out the Tigers 6-0, and all we need is one more victory to complete the challenge. However, this game is tied as we're once again going up against Tarik Skubal, and Soto is having his worst game of the playoffs. This game is out of our hands, as all we can really do is simulate to the end and see what happens. The Mets do win. We have been robbed of our trophy presentation, but in the end, they do get it done thanks to a walk-off home run from Pete Alonso. They have won the World Series, and if you enjoyed this video, please drop a like and subscribe, and also click right here to see more content.